Hello everyone and welcome to today's family information session. My name is Shweta and today we are focusing on how language and literacy develop from birth to 5 years and how families and educators can work together to support this journey. This session is designed for all families, including those who speak languages other than English, as well as Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander families. Rather than seeing early language as just a tool for school reading, we view language as something children build naturally through strong relationship, everyday experiences, play, stories, and meaningful communication. So, moving to the next slide, how I used my feedback. To prepare this presentation, I used feedback from the planning stage to making the information as clear and accessible as possible. I reduced heavy technical language and focused on real world examples that parents and carer can easily recognize at home. I also highlighted that strong connections between language development, social interaction, and thinking skills. Importantly, I included multilingual and cultural responsive approaches because research says that family literacy practices should value different diversity rather than viewing English as the only important language. And moving to the next slide, why is early language so critical? Early language gives children the foundation to express their needs from relationships, learn, and eventually build reading and writing skills. Language development starts long before a child speaks their first word. Infants communicate constantly through eye contact, expressions, gestures, and different sounds. Research shows that sensitive parent infant interactions at just 3 months are linked to better language development in the child's third year. This proves that families can support early languages simply by talking, listening, singing, and responding during everyday moments. Moving to the next slide, key domains of language development. Language development consists of several interconnected domains that grow side by side. First one is receptive language is about understanding words, questions and instructions. Second, expressive language. Expressive language is about communicating thoughts using sounds, words, and full sentences. Third, vocabulary and grammar involving learning word meanings and building correct sentence structures. Finally, pragmatics is learning how to adapt communication appropriately in different social settings. For multilingual children, vocabulary is naturally distributed across their languages. Research says that early bilingual exposure supports overall vocabulary growth, proving that learning multi languages is a major strength. So, moving to the next slide, language development, birth to 5 years. While every child develops at their own individual pace, because we all are different, language progression generally follows recognizable stages. From birth to 12 months, babies communicate through crying, gestures, eye contact, and bubbling. From 12 to 24 months, toddlers begin using simple words and combining them into short phrases. Between 2 and 3 years, vocabulary expands rapidly and sentences become more complex. Between 3 and 5 years, children engage in conversations, tell simple stories, and notice written words. Research highlighted that early speech and language skills are key indicators of later literacy for indigenous Australian child, reinforcing why early support is so vital. Moving to the next slide. Social interaction, learning, and thinking. Children do not learn language in isolation, they learn through social interaction and relationships. Having a back and forth conversation teaches children how to listen, wait for their turn, and share ideas. Play provides an incredible environment for this. As children negotiate roles, describe objects, and solve problems together, adults play an important role by modeling rich language, asking open ended questions, and extending child sentences. As children learn new concepts, their thinking expands, giving them the exact tool they need to express bigger ideas. Moving to the next slide. Partnership strategy 1. Everyday language together. Now let's look at practical strategies for home educator partnership. Strategy 1 is everyday language together. Families don't need formal lessons or expensive resources. Everyday activities like cooking, shopping, traveling, or getting ready for bed are full of rich language opportunities. During shared book reading, pause to ask questions, discuss pictures, and ask children to predict what might happen next. Singing songs and playing rhymes, games also build phenomenological awareness. Showing and sharing what works at home help educators build on your child's strengths. Moving to the next slide. Partnership strategy 2. Honor home languages. Strategy 2 is honoring home languages. Families should feel comfortable, confident using their home language with their children. Speaking a home language builds deep vocabulary, passes on cultural stories, and strengthen families' connection without harming English language. Educators can support this by introducing bilingual books, songs, and greetings into the classroom. Research shows that including home languages during learning conversation significantly increases multilingual children's participation and confidence in the classroom. Now we are moving to the next slide. So, it's a partnership strategy 3, Aboriginals and Torres Strait Islander families. Strategy 3 focuses on respectful partnership with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander families. Partnerships must be genuine, respectful, and build on long term relationships rather than one off cultural activities. Educators should listen to families and consult with local adults and communities when bringing local languages, stories, and connection to country into learning environment. So our next slide is key takeaways. To bring everything together, here are the core messages from today. Language learning happens continuously through everyday talk, playing, reading, and singing. Families are a child's first and most important language teachers. Home languages are valuable foundations that enrich all future learning. Authentic partnerships between educators and families ensure children receive consistent cultural responsive support, and family literacy initiatives empower parents and strengthen children's outcome. And next slide is our references. So here are academic references supporting the research discussed together. Thank you so much for your precious time and participation. I welcome any questions, thoughts, or home experiences you would like to share. Thank you so much.